I am very happy you are here today. In this video, we will take a journey together. We will travel through time, through history, and through language. Our focus today is on one of the most amazing cities in the world, Dubai. This city is full of tall buildings, bright lights, and people from many countries. But Dubai was not always like this. Once, it was only a small fishing village by the sea. Today, it is a place where dreams look bigger than the sky. This video is not just about history. It is about learning English while hearing a story. Every word, every sentence is here to help you practice. You will listen, you will imagine, and you will also learn lessons for your own life. You see, the history of Dubai is not only about a city, it is about people. It is about struggle, about change, and about vision. When we learn this story, we also learn something about ourselves. Imagine for a moment a desert. The sun is hot, the sand is endless, and life feels very hard. In that desert, there is a small village. The people there are poor. They work on the sea. They dive for pearls. They sell fish. They do not know what the future will bring. But step by step, year by year, their village will grow. That small village will one day become a city known around the world. This is the story of Dubai. And this is also a lesson for us. Small beginnings can grow into big dreams. Think about your own life. Maybe today you feel your English is small. Maybe you think your dream is far away. You speak a little. You make mistakes. You feel shy. That is normal. Dubai also started small. Dubai also had times of weakness and pain. But Dubai did not stop. It grew. It worked. It believed. And today Dubai is one of the strongest symbols of growth in the world. If Dubai can change, you can also change. If Dubai can rise, you can rise too. Now let me ask you something. Do you want to only watch tall buildings on a screen? Or do you want to understand the story behind them? Do you want to only study grammar rules? Or do you want to feel how English connects with life, with history, and with dreams? The wrong way is to study only with no meaning. The right way is to connect words with stories, stories with lessons, and lessons with action. That is what we are doing here today. In this video, I will tell you the story of Dubai step by step. We will start with a small fishing village. We will see how people worked hard in the sea. We will see how they faced struggles when times were difficult. We will watch how oil was discovered and how leaders with vision built something greater. Then we will see how Dubai became a modern wonder, with towers like the Burj Khalifa, islands like the Palm, and ideas that inspire the whole world. But remember, this story is not only about the past, it is about your present and your future. As you listen, you will practice English. You will hear simple sentences. You will hear contrasts, life before and life after, poor and rich, small and big. These contrasts will help you understand the words and also feel the meaning. More than that, you will get motivation. You will feel that change is possible. Sometimes people think history is boring. They think it is only about dates and old things. But history is not only about the past. History is about people, about choices, about courage. And when you connect history with English learning, you get something powerful. You learn language in context. You learn not only words, but life with words. This is the smart way to learn. This is the way that stays in your memory. Let me give you a simple example. If I tell you, Dubai was a fishing village, it is only information. But if I say, Dubai was a small village where men went to the sea every morning, where women waited on the shore, and where children dreamed of a better life, you can see the picture. You can feel the words. You can remember the English. That is the way we will learn today. So, open your mind, open your heart, and listen with care. As we go through this story, repeat words in your mind. Imagine the pictures. Connect the story of Dubai with your own story. Because one day, just like Dubai, you will look back and say, I also started small. I also grew. I also built my dream. Are you ready? Let's begin this journey. Let's go back in time and see where Dubai began. Section 1. A village by the sea. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a long stretch of desert touching the blue sea. There are no tall towers, no shining lights, and no busy airports. Instead, there are small wooden houses, sandy paths, and boats resting on the shore. This was Dubai many years ago. It was not the city you see today. It was only a quiet village by the sea, where life was simple, and every day was a struggle for survival. In this small village, the people lived close to the sea because the sea was their life. Men would go out on boats early in the morning. Some would fish, while others would dive deep into the water to look for pearls. These pearls were small white treasures hidden in oysters. People would sell pearls to traders, and this trade helped families earn money. But the work was not easy. In fact, it was very dangerous. Pearl divers had no modern equipment. They did not have oxygen tanks or protective masks. They tied a stone to their feet to help them sink quickly. They held their breath and went down into the dark water. With one hand they searched for oysters, and with the other hand they tried to swim back up. The water was deep, their lungs were burning, and their bodies were tired. Many divers risked their lives every day. Some never returned. Yet they continued, because it was the only way to survive. Families worked together in this life. When the men went to the sea, the women stayed in the village to take care of the home, the children, and sometimes small gardens. Children would play on the shore, watching the boats disappear into the horizon. They would wait for hours, hoping their fathers, brothers, and uncles would return safely. The whole community lived with the rhythm of the sea. Now let us pause and compare. Today, when we think of Dubai, we think of shopping malls, luxury cars, and the tallest building in the world. We see air-conditioned towers, expensive hotels, and streets full of life. But back then, life was not about luxury. It was about survival. It was about hard work, patience, and courage. This contrast reminds us that success is not built overnight. Success begins with struggle. The pearl trade was very important for Dubai's people, but it was also uncertain. Some days divers returned with pearls and families had food and money. Other days they came back with empty hands and families had nothing to eat. Life was never secure, but people did not give up. They believed in hard work. They believed that if they continued to dive, one day they would find a big pearl that could change their lives. Think about your English journey. Maybe some days you study and you feel progress. Other days you feel stuck and you make mistakes. Some days words come easy. Other days you forget them. This is like the life of the pearl divers. They did not always succeed, but they kept trying, and that is the key. Like Dubai's people, you may start small, but growth comes with patience and work. Let me tell you a short picture story. Imagine a young boy in the old Dubai village. His father is a pearl diver. Early in the morning, he watches his father prepare the boat. The boy is proud, but also afraid. He knows the sea is dangerous. He waits all day, playing in the sand, dreaming of a bigger life. At night, when his father comes back, tired but alive, the boy feels hope. He thinks, one day, I will also be strong. One day, life will be better. That boy's dream is the seed of modern Dubai. This teaches us something important. Big dreams often begin in small hearts. Dubai was once a village of fishermen and divers, but in those people lived the spirit of courage. They faced danger every day, but they did not stop. That same courage can live inside you as you study English. Even if the words feel deep and difficult, like oysters under the sea, you can dive, you can search, and you can rise back up with treasures of language. Of course, life was not only about work. In the evenings, families gathered together. They sat outside their houses, under the stars, and told stories. They shared food, laughed, and sang songs. The community was close. They had little money, but they had each other. They had strong hearts. This too is a lesson. Wealth is not always measured in gold or towers. Wealth can also mean family, unity, and hope. Now, let us think again about contrast. Imagine walking through modern Dubai. You see the tallest tower in the world, Burj Khalifa. You see the man-made islands in the sea. You see luxury everywhere. And then, imagine going back in time, standing on that same land, but only seeing fishermen and divers, wooden boats, and sandy huts. The difference is like night and day. And yet, without that small beginning, without that life of struggle, modern Dubai would not exist. That is why it is important not to feel small when you start something new. Everything begins small. Every building begins with one brick. Every language journey begins with one word. Every dream begins with one step. The people of Dubai remind us of this truth. They show us that even a village by the sea can one day touch the sky. So, as we continue our journey through Dubai's history, keep this thought in your mind. Do not be afraid of small beginnings. Do not be afraid of slow progress. With patience, courage, and vision, you can also build something bigger than you imagine. Let us now move forward in time. We have seen Dubai as a small fishing and pearl diving village. But what happened when trade began to grow, when ships came from faraway lands, and when Dubai started to open to the world? Let us step into the next chapter and discover the age of pearls and trade. Section 2. The Age of Pearls and Trade. The story of Dubai now moves into a new chapter. We have seen Dubai as a small fishing and pearl diving village. Life was hard, but people had courage. Now let us see how this little village began to connect with the world. This period is called the Age of Pearls and Trade. It was a time when Dubai was still poor, but it was also a time when doors started to open. Dubai was not alone. Across the sea were other lands, India, Persia, and Africa. Traders from these places traveled across the waters. They brought goods like spices, cloth, and rice. They came on wooden ships with big sails, and they stopped at Dubai because it was a safe place to rest and exchange. Dubai was small, but it was open to the world. Pearls were at the heart of this trade. The pearl divers of Dubai risked their lives to bring up oysters from the sea. When they found pearls, they sold them to traders. The traders would then carry the pearls to markets in faraway lands. Pearls from Dubai reached the necks of queens in Europe and the homes of wealthy families in Asia. Imagine that, a tiny village in the desert sending beauty across the world. But trade was not always easy. It was risky. Sometimes the sea was rough. Storms came and ships sank. Sometimes the pearls were small and not valuable. Sometimes traders lost money instead of making it. Because of these risks, some people gave up. They said, "It is too dangerous. It is too hard. I will stop." But others stayed. They worked through the danger, through the storms, and through the losses. These people built the future of Dubai. This is where we see a clear contrast. On one side, there were those who quit. They wanted quick success, and when life did not give it, they walked away. On the other side, there were those who kept going. They had patience. They believed that persistence creates opportunity. These are the people who helped Dubai grow. Without them, the village would have remained small and forgotten. Think about your own life now. When you study English, sometimes it feels easy, sometimes it feels hard. Some learners stop after a few weeks. They say, "It is too difficult. I cannot remember the words." Others keep going. They practice every day even when progress feels slow. Who do you think will succeed? The answer is clear. Success does not come from giving up. It comes from persistence. Let me give you a picture story. Imagine a young trader arriving in Dubai from India. He steps off his ship with goods to sell. The sun is hot, the desert wind is strong, and the village looks very small. He thinks, maybe I should go back. Maybe there is no future here. But then he sees the busy pearl market. He sees divers bringing pearls, women cleaning oysters, men shouting prices. He decides to stay. Year by year, he makes connections. He trades pearls for cloth, pearls for food, pearls for money. At first he struggles, but slowly he grows. His choice to stay, to be patient, becomes the beginning of success. This story of the trader is also your story. When you feel that English is too hard, you can choose like him. You can give up and walk away, or you can stay and keep learning. If you stay, if you continue, you will grow. Your English will not only be words in a book, it will connect you to the world, just as Dubai connected to the world through pearls and trade. During this time, Dubai also became known as a place of welcome. Traders from different countries were treated with respect. They found safety in the harbor and kindness in the people. This made Dubai special. It was not the richest, not the largest, but it was open, and openness is power. Openness brings new ideas, new friends, and new chances. Again, think about the lesson. If you close yourself, if you say, "I cannot learn, I do not want to try, I will stay in my small world," then your life stays small. But if you open yourself, if you welcome new words, new mistakes, and new practice, then your life grows. Like Dubai, you may be small at the beginning, but by being open, you connect to the world. The age of pearls and trade shows us another truth. Success is not only about money, it is also about connection. Dubai was still poor at that time. The houses were still small, the people were still simple. But they had something powerful, links to other lands. These links would one day become the road to greatness. We too can learn from this. Your English today may not be perfect. Maybe your sentences are small, Your vocabulary is limited. But if you use your English to connect with other people, even a little, you are already growing. One small conversation with a friend from another country, one small chat online, one small practice at work, these are your pearls. These are your treasures. Now picture the contrast again. A person who quits stays in silence. They do not connect. They do not grow. A person who continues opens their world. They make mistakes, yes, but they also make progress. Just like Dubai, they stay open, and step by step, their life changes. This is why the story of pearls and trade is more than history. It is a mirror for your own path. The sea was deep, the work was risky, but people continued. They trusted that tomorrow would bring better days. And because they stayed, Dubai became known across the world. So remember this simple truth. Persistence creates opportunity. If you stay patient, if you keep working, if you stay open, the world will come to you. Just as the ships came to Dubai, new doors will open for you through English. Let us continue our journey. We have seen Dubai connect to the world through pearls and trade. But what happens when the pearls lose their value, when the trade becomes weak, and when families face hunger again? In the next part of our story, we will see the collapse and struggles that tested the people of Dubai. Section 3. The collapse and struggles. The story of Dubai now takes a darker turn. We have seen how the village grew during the age of pearls and trade. Ships came from faraway lands, and pearls from Dubai reached rich families around the world. But every story has both light and shadow. In the 1930s and 1940s, Dubai entered one of its hardest times. The pearl trade, which was the heart of life in the village, began to collapse. The reason was simple but powerful. In Japan, people found a new way to make pearls. They learned how to create cultured pearls in farms. These pearls looked the same as natural pearls, but they were much cheaper. Traders no longer needed to risk buying pearls from divers in Dubai. They could buy them easily from Japan at a lower price. Suddenly, the treasure of Dubai lost its value. For the pearl divers, this was a disaster. Imagine a man who spent all his life diving into the sea, risking his breath and his body for pearls. One day he wakes up and finds that his pearls are no longer wanted. His work, his skills, his hope, all gone. Families that once survived with pearl money now faced hunger. Children cried at night because there was no food. Women waited at the shore, but there was nothing to bring home. This time was full of hopelessness. Some families decided to leave. They moved to other parts of the Gulf or to bigger cities, hoping to find jobs. The small village of Dubai grew quiet. The busy market was no longer filled with traders shouting and bargaining. The harbor was empty. Ships that once carried goods across the sea now stood still. The people of Dubai were broken. But even in the darkest night, there is always a small light. Some people did not give up. They looked for other ways to live. They traded with the few resources they had. They fished more. They built simple businesses. Life was hard, but they stayed. And because they stayed, the story of Dubai did not end there. This contrast, hope versus hopelessness, is very important. Many gave up, but some held on. Those who left may have found some safety, but they lost the chance to be part of Dubai's future. Those who stayed suffered, but they kept their hope alive. And when change finally came, they were ready. Now, Let us connect this to your own journey of learning English. Maybe you feel that sometimes your progress is slow. You study but forget the words. You listen but do not understand. You speak but make mistakes. It feels like failure. You may even think, maybe I should stop. Maybe English is not for me. This is the same feeling Dubai had when the pearl trade collapsed. But listen carefully. Failure is not the end. Like Dubai, failure can be a new beginning. When the pearl trade ended, Dubai did not die. It waited. It struggled. It looked for another chance. And later, new opportunities came, bigger than pearls, bigger than anyone could imagine. In the same way, your mistakes in English are not the end. They are only signs that you are learning. If you stay patient, new chances will come to you too. Let me paint you a picture story. A pearl diver sits by the shore in the 1930s. His boat is old, his hands are tired, and his face shows sadness. He has no pearls to sell. He feels that life has no meaning. But beside him, his son looks up and says, "Father, maybe one day things will be better." The diver smiles weakly, not sure if he believes. Yet, that boy's hope is real. That boy will grow up to see Dubai change, to see a city rise from the desert. The father thought it was the end, but for the son, it was only the beginning. That story is also about you. Maybe today your English feels weak. Maybe you think you are not good enough. But if you keep even a small hope, tomorrow will be different. You will grow. You will improve. One day you will look back and say, "That time of failure was not the end. It was the start of my success." In the 1930s and 1940s, Dubai had nothing to give the world. No pearls, no oil, no tall buildings, just a desert, a sea, and a few families trying to live. But inside that small, struggling village was the seed of greatness. This is the secret. The seed of greatness often hides in times of struggle. When life is hardest, your spirit becomes strongest. So what do we learn from this part of history? We learn that when one door closes, another door will open. It may take time, it may take patience, but it will come. The pearl trade was gone, but a bigger future was waiting for Dubai. In the same way, your small failures in English today may be preparing you for bigger victories tomorrow. This is why you must not give up. If you stop, your story ends too soon. But if you stay, if you continue, you will see new chances arrive. Dubai teaches us that survival in hard times brings strength for better times. Let us now continue our journey. The people of Dubai suffered during the collapse of pearls, but soon something would happen that would change their lives forever. Deep under the desert, another treasure was waiting. This treasure was not small like pearls. It was huge, powerful, and it would transform the village into a city. In the next part of our story, we will see the discovery of oil and how it began to open a new future for Dubai. Section 4. Discovery of oil. The 1960s arrived, and with it came a new chapter in Dubai's story. For generations, the people of Dubai had lived by the sea, diving for pearls, fishing, and trading with nearby lands. But after the collapse of the pearl industry, the village struggled. Poverty was everywhere, families had little food, and young people looked for hope. It seemed that Dubai had nothing more to give. Yet deep beneath the desert sands, there was a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. That treasure was oil. The discovery of oil in Dubai was like the rising of the sun after a long, cold night. Suddenly, life began to change. Before oil, the people lived in small houses made of palm leaves, without electricity, without schools for every child, and without hospitals for every family. After oil, the doors to a new world opened. Jobs appeared where there had been none. Men who once dove for pearls now worked in oil fields. Ships that once carried pearls now carried oil. The village that had felt forgotten by the world was suddenly important. Money from oil began to flow into Dubai, and with it came opportunities. Families that once struggled for food could now buy what they needed. Children who once dreamed of education could now go to school. Roads were built where there had only been sand. Houses grew stronger, bigger, and more comfortable. For the first time in many years, the people of Dubai felt hope in their hearts. The contrast was sharp. Before oil, there was poverty. After oil, there was growth. But here is something very important to understand. Dubai did not become great because of oil alone. Many other places in the world also found oil, but not all of them became successful. Oil gave Dubai money, yes, but money alone does not build a city. What truly made the difference was vision. The leaders of Dubai understood that oil would not last forever. They knew that oil was a gift, but also a test. Would they depend only on luck, or would they work for a bigger dream? This is a lesson for all of us, especially for you as a language learner. Sometimes in life we find oil, a lucky break, a good opportunity, an easy success. But if we depend only on luck, our growth will stop when the luck ends. True success comes when we use our opportunities wisely and build something bigger, something that can last. Learning English is the same. Maybe you understand a lesson quickly. Maybe you remember some words easily. That is good luck. But do not depend only on that. Real growth comes from hard work, daily practice, and a vision for your future. Let me tell you a story picture from those years. Imagine a man in Dubai in 1966. Just a few years earlier, he was a poor fisherman, worried about feeding his children. Today, he wears a helmet and works on an oil site. His face is covered in sweat, but his eyes shine with pride. At night, he goes home to a stronger house where his children study under an electric lamp. His life has changed completely. He is grateful, but he also knows that this is just the beginning. And indeed, it was just the beginning. Oil gave Dubai the chance to dream bigger. But the leaders knew they could not depend on oil forever. This is the motivational heart of the story. Do not depend only on luck. Work for a bigger dream. Dubai's leaders began to imagine a city that was not only about oil. They dreamed of trade, tourism, finance, and culture. They saw beyond the black gold of oil and looked toward the golden future of ideas, creativity, and innovation. Think about your own life. Maybe you had a lucky chance to practice English with a foreigner. Maybe you learned a phrase from a movie without much effort. That is your oil. But if you stop there, it will not be enough. You must use that chance to build more practice, more learning, more vision. Just like Dubai, you can use your luck as a starting point, not as the whole journey. The story of oil in Dubai is also a story of transformation. The desert, once empty and dry, now had pipelines and roads. The city, once silent, now buzzed with machines and workers. The people, once hopeless, now believed again. Yet inside all this change, there was also a quiet warning. Oil was powerful, but it would not last forever. It was a tool, not the final goal. So when we look at Dubai today, we must remember this lesson. Oil was not the end of the story. It was only the middle. What came next was even bigger. A dream to build a city for the world, not just for oil. This bigger dream started with one leader's vision, a man who saw beyond the sand and the oil. A man who believed that Dubai could become something the world had never seen before. And so, our story moves forward. From pearls to poverty, from oil to opportunity, the path of Dubai was never simple. Each step was full of struggle, but also full of lessons. Now let us continue. Let us meet the leader whose vision would guide Dubai into the future. A leader who taught his people and the world that with courage, wisdom, and big dreams, even a small village can rise to become a shining city. Section 5. Vision of Sheikh Rashid. When we think about the story of Dubai, we cannot forget one name, Sheikh Rashid bin Saeed Al Maktoum. He was the ruler who changed everything. He was the man with a vision, a dream larger than the desert, larger than oil, larger than anything people around him could see. While others only saw sand and sea, Sheikh Rashid saw the future. He looked at the desert, but in his mind he saw a great city filled with lights, towers, and people from every country of the world. At that time, Dubai was still very small. There were new jobs because of oil, but it was not yet the world-famous city we know today. Many leaders in other places were happy with small progress. They thought, we have oil, we have money. That is enough. But Sheikh Rashid was different. He was not satisfied with enough. He believed that a city must grow, must prepare for the future, must think bigger than today. This is the difference between leaders who think small and leaders who dream big. Sheikh Rashid dreamed big. He asked himself, what will Dubai look like in 20 years? In 50 years? He did not only focus on oil, he understood that oil was a gift, but it would not last forever. He wanted Dubai to stand strong, even when the oil was gone. So he began to build. He built roads. Before, many parts of Dubai were only connected by sand paths. Travel was slow and difficult. But Sheikh Rashid imagined cars and buses moving quickly, connecting families, connecting businesses, connecting dreams. So he built wide roads that cut across the desert. He believed, he built, he worked. He built ports. In the old days, small wooden boats carried goods in and out of Dubai. Trade was slow, and only a little could be carried. But Sheikh Rashid saw something greater. He wanted ships from all over the world to come to Dubai. He imagined huge ports where goods from India, Africa, and Europe could arrive, and where Dubai could send goods back. So, he built Port Rashid, and later Jebel Ali, which became one of the largest man-made ports in the world. He believed, he built, he worked. He built airports. Some people laughed at him. They said, why build an airport? Dubai is small. Who will come here? But Sheikh Rashid did not listen to small thinking. He saw the future. He imagined planes from every continent landing in Dubai. He imagined travelers, business people, tourists, and families arriving. And so he built Dubai International Airport. At first, it was small, but it was a seed. Today, it has grown into one of the busiest airports in the world. He believed, he built, he worked. This is emotional because we can imagine the contrast. Imagine one leader who only thinks of today. He spends the oil money, he builds a few houses, and then he stops. His people enjoy comfort for a short time, but in the future, when the oil ends, the city falls back into poverty. That is small thinking. But Sheikh Rashid thought bigger. He imagined tomorrow, next year, and the next generation. He built not only for himself, but for his children and for the children of his people. That is big thinking. That is vision. And this lesson is not only for leaders, it is also for you. Maybe today you are just starting your English journey. You know a few words. You understand simple sentences. Sometimes you make mistakes, and sometimes people do not understand you. It is easy to think small. Maybe English is too hard for me. Maybe I should stop. But what if you think big? What if you say, today, I know a few words. Tomorrow, I will know more. Next year, I will speak with confidence. Step by step, I will build my English future. That is vision. That is your Sheikh Rashid moment. Think of this simple English phrase. He believed, he built, he worked. Repeat it with me. He believed, he built, he worked. These 3 short sentences carry a big truth. Belief without work is only a dream. Work without belief is only routine. But belief and work together create miracles. That is how Sheikh Rashid transformed Dubai, and that is how you can transform your life. Let me paint a picture for you. It is the late 1960s. The desert sun is hot, and Sheikh Rashid stands looking at the sand. Around him, people see nothing but empty land. But in his mind, he sees a road filled with cars. He sees a port filled with ships. He sees an airport filled with planes. He sees a city rising where today there is only sand. He turns to his people and says, "We will build." Some people doubt him. Some even laugh. But he does not stop. He continues. And slowly, one road is built, then another. One port is built, then another. One airport is built, then expanded. And the dream grows into reality. This is why we say Sheikh Rashid was not just a ruler. He was a visionary. He was a dreamer who turned his dream into action. He proved that leadership is not only about power, it is about imagination, courage, and persistence. And now, let us connect this to your journey once more. When you study English, you may look at the desert of your mind and think, "It is empty. I cannot speak." But if you believe, if you build, if you work, you will see progress. Slowly, words will become sentences. Sentences will become conversations. Conversations will become confidence. One day, you will look back and say, "This was my vision, and now it is my reality." Dubai's story teaches us that big dreams start in small places. Sheikh Rashid saw a desert, but in his mind, he saw a city. You may see your weakness today, but in your mind, you must see your strength tomorrow. And so, as we move forward in the story of Dubai, we will see how this vision grew even more. Because Sheikh Rashid's dream was not only for his time, it was a seed for the future. It was a foundation for the next generations. It was the beginning of a city that the world would one day admire. Section 6. Building a global city. The 1970s to the 1990s were years of transformation for Dubai. It was no longer only a fishing village or a small town with oil fields. It was becoming something bigger, something the world had not seen before. This was the time when Dubai began to build itself into a global city, step by step, with vision and courage. Think about the contrast. Old Dubai was filled with sand, wind, and small houses made of palm leaves and mud. People lived simple lives, and the streets were quiet. But New Dubai began to shine with hotels, ports, and modern buildings. Roads stretched further, ships grew larger, and airplanes arrived from distant countries. Slowly, the desert began to look like a city of the future. One of the first steps was trade. Dubai's leaders knew the city could not live only on oil. They wanted to make Dubai a hub where goods from all over the world could arrive and move quickly. The new ports became busy with ships from India, Africa, Europe, and Asia. Containers full of products were loaded and unloaded every day. Dubai was not just selling oil anymore. It was connecting the world. Then came tourism. Sheikh Rashid, and later his son, Sheikh Mohammed, wanted people to see Dubai not only as a business place, but also as a destination. They built hotels where visitors could enjoy the beauty of the Gulf, the warmth of the sun, and the hospitality of the people. The first tourists arrived, curious to see how a desert city could welcome them with comfort and style. It was the beginning of something much bigger. Businesses also started to arrive. Foreign companies saw Dubai as a safe and growing place to invest. They built offices, shops, and factories. Workers came from many countries: India, Pakistan, the Philippines, Africa, and beyond. They left their families behind and came with hope in their hearts, ready to work hard for a better life. Some worked on construction sites, building the new city. Others worked in hotels, airports, or offices. They all shared one dream: to find opportunity in Dubai. This created a new story for Dubai, a city of diversity. People from different cultures, speaking different languages, walking the same streets, working side by side. Imagine the feeling. In one market, you could hear Arabic, Hindi, English, and many other languages. In one street, you could see clothes and foods from many countries. Dubai was no longer only for its own people. It was becoming a home for dreamers from everywhere. But this change was not easy. Building a global city takes effort, money, and sacrifice. Workers faced long hours under the hot desert sun. Families had to adjust to rapid change. Leaders had to make difficult decisions about how to grow without losing control. Yet, like the pearl divers of the past, they worked with patience and faith. They believed in the dream of a global city, and every day they built more. Here we find an important lesson for your English journey. Your English is like Dubai. In the beginning, it may feel like old Dubai, simple, small, with only a few words and phrases. But every day you add something, one new word, one new sentence, one new expression. Step by step you build. Just like Dubai did not become a global city overnight, your English will not become fluent overnight. But if you keep going, if you stay patient and consistent, one day you will look back and see how far you have come. Think of this phrase. Like Dubai, your English is a project. Every day you build more. Let that idea stay in your heart. When you feel tired, remember that even the tallest buildings in Dubai were built brick by brick. Even the busiest airport started as one small runway. Your English, too, will grow piece by piece until one day it becomes strong, beautiful, and useful for your life. Picture this. A young man leaves his village in another country in the 1980s. He arrives in Dubai with only a small bag. He finds work on a construction site, helping to build a new hotel. The days are long and hot, but he never gives up. Years later, he walks with pride through the same hotel he helped to build, knowing he was part of Dubai's story. In the same way, every word you learn in English, every mistake you correct, every sentence you practice, it is part of your story. It is proof that you are building something real. The Dubai of the 1970s and 1980s looked very different from today. The skyline was only beginning to rise, but the dream was clear. Dubai wanted to be more than a local city. It wanted to be a global city, a place where East meets West, where tradition meets modernity, where dreams meet reality. This period teaches us that growth comes from vision plus action. Dubai's leaders imagined a city of trade, tourism, and business, and then they built it. Workers sacrificed, families supported, and step by step, the dream became real. You too must imagine your goal in English, but you must also build it day by day. And just when the world began to notice Dubai, something even bigger started to appear. The city was not only growing, it was preparing to shock the world with modern wonders, buildings unlike any other, ideas larger than life. The world had seen Dubai as a rising city, but now it was about to see Dubai as a symbol of ambition. Section 7. Wonders of Modern Dubai. When people around the world think of Dubai today, one image comes to mind: tall towers rising from the desert, shining like glass and steel jewels under the sun. It is hard to believe that only a few decades ago this same place was mostly empty sand and small houses. The contrast is powerful. Once the desert winds blew across quiet villages. Now, airplanes land every minute. Cars race down wide highways, and skyscrapers touch the sky. Dubai is no longer only a city, it is a wonder. The most famous symbol of Dubai's dream is the Burj Khalifa. Standing at more than 800 meters tall, it is the tallest building in the world. Imagine it for a moment, so high that clouds sometimes surround its top. At night, lights dance on its surface, and fireworks explode from its sides during celebrations. People from every corner of the globe visit Dubai just to look up at this tower and feel its greatness. But remember, once, this place was only sand. People said, it is impossible to build such a tower in the desert. Yet Dubai proved that impossible can become real. Another wonder is the Palm Jumeirah, a man-made island shaped like a palm tree. From above, it looks like a green palm stretching into the blue sea. It has luxury villas, hotels, and beaches. Tourists walk along its shores, amazed that humans could design and build something so unique. Again, people once said, "It cannot be done. You cannot build an island like this." But Dubai answered, "Watch us." And they built it, stone by stone, sand by sand, until the palm tree rose from the sea. Dubai is also famous for its malls. But these are not ordinary malls. They are like small cities inside a city. The Dubai Mall, for example, has hundreds of shops, restaurants, an ice skating rink, and even an aquarium with sharks and rays swimming behind glass. Families from all over the world come to shop, eat, and play under one roof. The desert, once a place of heat and dust, now has cool, sparkling spaces filled with joy and life. The skyline of Dubai is another wonder. Glass towers shine under the sun, each one taller and more beautiful than the last. Hotels with gold decorations welcome guests with warm smiles. Roads are clean and wide, and the airport has become one of the busiest on Earth. Where once there were camels walking slowly in the sand, now there are trains moving quickly on modern tracks. This is the contrast. Past desert versus present city of glass and steel. But let us look deeper. These wonders are not only about buildings, they are about dreams. They show us that when people believe, when they work hard, when they think big, even the impossible becomes possible. The Burj Khalifa was once just a drawing on paper. The Palm Jumeirah was once only an idea in someone's mind. The malls, towers, and airports were once only dreams. But Dubai turned those dreams into reality. Here is the motivational lesson for you. What is your Burj Khalifa in life? What is the big dream that seems impossible right now? Maybe it is speaking English fluently. Maybe it is getting a good job. Maybe it is traveling to another country. Whatever it is, remember this truth. Dreams that seem impossible can become real. But only if you believe, if you build, if you work. Think about your English journey again. At the beginning, it feels like a desert. Empty, dry, difficult. You may know only a few words and you feel lost. But slowly, with daily practice, you add more. A new word is like a brick. A new sentence is like a window. A new conversation is like a floor. One day, all these pieces come together, and suddenly you are standing inside your own tower of knowledge. Just as Dubai built the Burj Khalifa brick by brick, you build your English word by word. Repeat this phrase with me. Impossible can become real. Say it again. Impossible can become real. When you feel weak, remember the desert that became a city. When you feel small, remember the palm-shaped island that grew from the sea. When you feel your dream is too big, remember the Burj Khalifa that reaches the sky. Picture this story. A tourist stands at the foot of the Burj Khalifa, looking up. His neck hurts because the tower is so tall, but he keeps looking, amazed. He whispers to himself, "How did they build this?" The answer is simple, step by step, with vision, courage, and work. In the same way, people may look at you one day and say, "How did you become so good at English?" And your answer will also be simple, step by step, with vision, courage, and work. Dubai teaches us that greatness is not about size, but about vision. It was once a small village, but it dreamed like a giant. You may feel small today, but if your dream is big, your future can also be great. And so Dubai's wonders inspire us to ask ourselves, what wonders can we build in our own lives? The desert became glass and steel. The empty sea became a palm-shaped island. Your empty notebook can become full of English words. Your quiet voice can become strong with confidence. Your dream, no matter how far away, can stand tall like a tower if you build it every day. As we move forward in the story of Dubai, we will see that these wonders are not the end of the journey. They are only part of the bigger picture. Because Dubai was not only building towers, it was building a vision for the world. And the next step of the story will show us how Dubai prepared itself to host people, ideas, and dreams from every corner of the earth. Section 8. Challenges of Success. Even the most beautiful cities face challenges, and Dubai is no exception. We have seen how the city rose from a small desert village to a global wonder. We have seen the Burj Khalifa, the Palm Jumeirah, and the bustling trade and tourism. But success does not mean life is easy. Even Dubai, with all its wealth and modernity, faced problems that tested its strength. One of the biggest challenges came in 2008. The world faced a financial crisis, and Dubai was not immune. Many projects slowed down or stopped. Some companies struggled to pay their workers. Banks became careful with money. People worried about their jobs, their savings, and their homes. The city that seemed unstoppable suddenly faced uncertainty. Some cities in the world would have slowed down completely, and some would have even fallen. But Dubai did not stop. Another challenge was the climate. The desert sun is strong, and the summer heat can be difficult for workers and residents. Building towers, roads, and islands in such a climate is not easy. Workers had to endure long hours under the blazing sun, carrying heavy materials, and still continue the work. Tourists had to adjust to the heat, and residents had to find ways to live comfortably. These were daily challenges that required planning, courage, and patience. Dubai also faced a challenge between tradition and modernity. On one hand, the city wanted to grow with towers, malls, and technology. On the other hand, it wanted to respect its culture, traditions, and values. Finding balance is never simple. Some cities lose their culture when they grow too fast. Others stay too small and never develop. Dubai learned to combine both. You can see traditional markets next to luxury malls, mosques next to skyscrapers, and festivals that honor old customs while welcoming new ideas. This careful balance helped Dubai remain strong and respected. Here we see a clear contrast. Strong cities face challenges and keep moving. Weak cities may stop or even collapse when difficulties come. Dubai chose to keep going. Leaders, workers, and residents all worked together. They adjusted, they planned, and they continued to build the city, even when the future was uncertain. This lesson is very important for you as an English learner. Learning a new language is not always easy. Sometimes you feel frustrated. You forget words. You make mistakes. You may think, maybe I am not good enough. Maybe I should stop. But like Dubai, you must keep moving. You must face your challenges, adjust, and continue. Every problem is an opportunity to learn something new. Every mistake is a step toward success. Imagine a young student learning English. She tries to speak with a teacher, but the teacher does not understand her. She tries again the next day, and again she makes mistakes. Some people would stop and feel discouraged, but she remembers Dubai. She thinks, if Dubai can survive a financial crisis, heat, and big changes, I can survive small mistakes in English. She continues practicing, speaking, and learning. Slowly, she grows. Her confidence grows, her vocabulary grows, and one day she speaks clearly and fluently. Another story from Dubai shows the power of resilience. During the 2008 financial crisis, construction slowed. Workers worried about losing jobs, and families worried about the future, but the city's leaders acted carefully. They planned projects differently, found new investments, and encouraged businesses to continue. Step by step, Dubai recovered. The towers rose higher, the islands grew larger, and the economy became stronger than before. This is a lesson in patience and persistence. Even in hard times, progress is possible. For English learners, this is a reminder. Sometimes your progress may slow, sometimes lessons feel too hard, sometimes you may forget things you learned. This is normal. The important thing is not to give up. Keep speaking, keep listening, keep practicing. Even slow progress adds up. Like Dubai, you grow stronger with each challenge you face. The city's ability to continue comes from planning, vision, and courage. Every challenge was an opportunity to learn, adjust, and improve. Leaders looked at problems and said, "We will not stop. we will find a solution. Workers continued to build. Residents continued to dream. Step by step, Dubai became stronger. This contrast, strong cities versus weak cities, is a simple truth. Strength is not about never facing problems. Strength is about facing them, learning from them, and continuing to move forward. Weakness is giving up at the first sign of trouble. Dubai teaches us that resilience is more important than perfection. The desert, the financial crisis, the heat, and the balance between old and new, all these challenges made Dubai wiser and stronger. So, remember this lesson. When you face problems in learning English, don't stop. Keep moving like Dubai did. Every mistake, every forgotten word, every struggle is part of your growth. You may feel tired, but if you continue, you will improve. Step by step, day by day, your English will become stronger. And as Dubai continued to grow despite challenges, the world began to notice something remarkable. The city's resilience, vision, and ability to face difficulties made it more than just a modern wonder. It became a symbol of what is possible when people dream, work, and never give up. Dubai did not stop. It grew even stronger. And now our story moves to a period when the city's imagination and courage brought it to a stage of global inspiration, where its culture, education, and innovation began to shine even brighter. Section 9. Dubai Today and the Future. Today, Dubai is a city that seems to touch the sky and stretch across the sea. From the quiet fishing village it once was, Dubai has become a global city full of energy, innovation, and imagination. It is a place where people from more than 200 nationalities live and work together. Streets are filled with languages from all over the world: English, Arabic, Hindi, Urdu, Filipino, and many more. Cafes, schools, and markets welcome families, students, and tourists from every corner of the earth. Dubai's modern face is exciting. Expo 2020, a global event, showed the world how Dubai combines culture, technology, and creativity. People came from every continent to share ideas, inventions, and visions for the future. Dubai became a stage for dreams. Imagine walking through the expo, seeing robots, sustainable energy projects, and innovative architecture. Children learned science, adults shared business ideas, and everyone was inspired by what a city could achieve when it thought big. Technology in Dubai is everywhere. Smart cities, self-driving transport, renewable energy, and digital learning are part of daily life. People order taxis with an app, pay with their phones, and use smart systems to manage buildings and traffic. Dubai shows the world that a city can be both fast and organized, modern and welcoming. What was once a small desert village is now a place where the future is happening today. Tourism continues to grow. Millions of visitors arrive each year to see the Burj Khalifa, the Palm Jumeirah, luxurious hotels, and endless shopping centers. But more than that, tourists come to feel the spirit of Dubai, the spirit of ambition, courage, and resilience. They come to learn that a small village, through vision and hard work, became a city that inspires the world. Yet even today, Dubai is a city of balance. While skyscrapers rise and technology evolves, the city still honors its culture and history. Traditional souks, mosques, and festivals remain alive alongside modern art galleries, theaters, and international events. This balance between tradition and modernity is a key lesson. Growth does not mean forgetting your roots. It means learning from the past while building for the future. think about the contrast. In the past, Dubai was one small village by the sea, with simple houses and a few boats. Today, it is a city that attracts the world. Roads are wide, buildings are tall, and opportunities are everywhere. The transformation shows what patience, vision, and daily effort can create. Step by step, from fishing boats to skyscrapers, Dubai became a global hub. And here is the motivational lesson for you. Your English journey is like Dubai's journey. Today, your English may feel small. You may know a few words or understand simple sentences. But if you keep practicing every day, step by step, your English will grow. Your small English today can open doors to new opportunities, just like Dubai opened doors to the world. One day, you may talk to people from other countries, travel, study, or work abroad. One day, your English will become a key to your own global life. Let me tell you a story to help you imagine it. A young student arrives in Dubai from another country. At first, he feels lost. Signs are in English and Arabic. People speak quickly, but he studies every day. He practices listening, speaking, and writing. Slowly, he makes friends from many countries. He learns about cultures, traditions, and new ideas. Years later, he can share his story with confidence. His small beginning in English grew into a future full of possibilities. Just like Dubai grew from a small village into a global city, he grew from a beginner to a confident communicator. Another story shows how Dubai inspires collaboration. Businesses, universities, and creative people come together to innovate. Engineers design smart buildings, doctors share knowledge in modern hospitals, and students work on research that can change the world. Dubai proves that when people bring their dreams together, they can create something extraordinary. You too can connect with others through English, share ideas, and create opportunities you never imagined. Remember this simple truth: change is possible, step by step. Dubai did not grow overnight. Every road, every building, every innovation started with small actions. Every day, someone worked, planned, and dreamed. The same principle applies to your life. Learn one word today, practice one sentence, read one story. Slowly, these small steps will build your confidence, your knowledge, and your ability to communicate with the world. Imagine standing in downtown Dubai today. Look at the tall towers, the bustling streets, the people from hundreds of nations. Now think about the small village that existed 100 years ago. The contrast is amazing. It reminds us that nothing is impossible if you keep moving forward, even when progress seems slow. So, as we think about Dubai today and its future, remember this: your life can also change step by step. Your English today may be small, but tomorrow it can open doors worldwide. Just as Dubai transformed from a quiet village into a city admired by millions, your daily effort in English can transform your future in ways you cannot yet imagine. And the story continues. Dubai will keep growing, learning, and inspiring. And your journey in English is just beginning. Step by step, word by word, day by day, the future is yours to build. Conclusion. We have traveled together through the incredible story of Dubai, from a small fishing village by the sea to a pearl diving and trading hub, to the struggles of poverty and the collapse of pearls, to the discovery of oil, and finally to the vision and leadership that transformed a desert into one of the world's most amazing cities. Each step of Dubai's journey teaches us something important. not only about history, but about life and learning. Think back to the small village. Families lived simply, relying on boats and the sea. They worked hard, hoping for a better life, even when the world seemed empty and opportunities were few. This was the beginning. It may have looked small and ordinary, but it held the seed of something greater. This is a powerful lesson for you. Every journey starts small. Even a few words learned in English today can become a bridge to a brighter future tomorrow. Then came the pearl trade, connecting Dubai to the world. Ships came from India, Persia, and Africa. Trade brought growth, but also risk. Some gave up, others stayed, and built the future. The lesson is clear. Persistence matters. Success rarely comes without effort. Your English journey is the same. You may make mistakes, forget words, or feel tired, but every effort counts. Those who keep going build the future. The collapse of the pearl industry was a dark time. Families became poor, and many left. It seemed hopeless. But Dubai did not end. Like life, challenges are not the end. They are a chance to begin again. For learners of English, this is a reminder. Sometimes progress feels slow, and failure may appear. But failure is not the end. Keep practicing. Keep learning. Your small steps today will lead to growth tomorrow. Oil discovery brought new opportunity. Jobs, money, and infrastructure transformed lives. But Dubai did not rely only on luck. Leaders had vision. They worked for something bigger. And that is the heart of motivation. Don't depend only on chance. Work with patience and imagination. Your English skills, practiced every day, can become the tool to open doors for your future, just as oil was a tool for Dubai's growth. Sheikh Rashid's vision turned dreams into reality. Roads, ports, and airports connected the world to Dubai. He believed, he built, he worked. This simple truth is powerful. Vision plus effort creates miracles. And so, it is for your English journey. Dream of fluency, build your vocabulary step by step, and work with consistency. The results will come. Dubai grew into a global city. Trade, tourism, businesses, and workers from all over the world created a city full of life, energy, and opportunity. The contrast is inspiring, from simple houses and sandy paths to towering skyscrapers and bustling streets. Every building, every airport, every hotel started as a small idea, a reminder that small beginnings can become extraordinary achievements. Your English today may feel small, but every word, sentence, and conversation is part of building your future. Modern Dubai is full of wonders: Burj Khalifa, Palm Jumeirah, luxury malls, and smart technology. People from over 200 nationalities live, work, and learn together. The city teaches us that dreams that seem impossible can become real with vision, effort, and patience. Just like Dubai transformed deserts into towers, you can transform your English journey into confidence, fluency, and opportunity. Challenges did not stop Dubai. Financial crises, heat, and balancing tradition with modernity tested the city, but it grew stronger. Every challenge was an opportunity to learn, adapt, and improve. The same is true for your English learning. When you face difficulties, do not stop. Keep practicing, keep listening, and keep speaking. Each small step moves you closer to your goal. In the end, Dubai teaches a universal lesson. No beginning is too small. With patience, work, and vision, you can build your own future. Your English journey may start with a few words, a simple sentence, or a short conversation. But every day you practice, Every day you listen, every day you speak, you are building something meaningful, your own Dubai of knowledge and confidence. So remember to listen again, practice English daily, and continue learning step by step. Let Dubai's story inspires you to dream big, work hard, and never give up. And if you enjoyed this journey, subscribe to Read and Learn English to continue learning with stories, motivation, and practical English tips. Your future is waiting. Start building it today, one word, one sentence, one step at a time. Hope, patience, and determination are your tools. Like Dubai, your small beginnings can grow into greatness. Keep dreaming. Keep learning. Your story is only just beginning.